Tupac Shakur rapper. Tupac Shakur's mother and many of his family were members of the Black Panther Revolutionary Party, and their beliefs informed Shakur's music. Shakur was particularly concerned the struggles and violence of inner-city life. June 16, 1971, September 13, 1996, aged 25. Cause of death: murdered in a drive-by shooting. Greer Garson actress, Eileen Evelyn Greer. Garson CBE, 29 September 1904, 6 April 1996, was a British-American actress and singer. She was a major star at Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer, who became popular during the Second World War for her portrayal of strong women on the home front, listed by the Motion Picture Herald as one of America's top 10 box office draws from 1942 to 1946. September 29, 1904, 6 April 1996, aged 91. Cause of death: heart failure. David McCampbell, fighter ace. David McCampbell was an American naval aviator and war hero best known for being the United States Navy's all-time leading flying ace and top F-6F Hellcat ace. He was awarded the Medal of Honor for his exploits in World War II, and his leadership played a significant role in the success of Air Group 15 in the Pacific War. January 16, 1910, June 30, 1996, aged 86. Cause of death: heart failure. Ella Fitzgerald, jazz musician, interpreter of the Great American Songbook. She sold 40 million copies of her more than 70 albums, won 13 Grammy Awards, and was awarded the National Medal of Arts. April 25, 1917, 1996, aged 79. Cause of death: diabetes. Toni Stone, baseball player, made history in 1953 when she was signed by the Indianapolis Clowns of the Negro Leagues, making her the first woman ever to play professionally in a men's league. July 17, 1921, 1996, aged 75. Cause of death: heart failure. Tiny Tim, ukulele player. Tiny Tim was an American singer and ukulele player who came to fame in the late 1960s and early 1970s, largely due to his hit single "Tiptoe Through the Tulips," a cover of a song originally released in the 1920s. The song, featured on his 1968 debut album, God Bless Tiny Tim, became a pop culture phenomenon, quickly climbing the charts. April 12, 1932, November 30, 1996, aged 64. Cause of death: heart attack. Spiro Agnew, Vice President of the United States. Agnew served as Vice President under Richard Nixon from 1969 until he resigned over corruption allegations in 1973. Prosecutors alleged he had taken bribes and kickbacks while a politician in Maryland and as Vice President. November 9, 1918, 1996, aged 77. Cause of death: leukemia. François Mitterrand, 21st President of France. François Mitterrand was a French statesman who served as the President of France from 1981 to 1995, making him the longest-serving president in the history of the country. Mitterrand was a central figure in the French Socialist Party, and his presidency marked the first time in the Fifth Republic that a socialist held the office. October 26, 1916, January 8, 1996, aged 79. Cause of death: prostate cancer. Gene Kelly, dancer. Gene Kelly transformed the Hollywood musical in the 1950s with his athletic dancing style and modern choreography. The 1952 musical Singin' in the Rain, with his famous dance partnering an umbrella around a lamppost, is often considered the greatest musical ever made. August 23, 1912, February 2, 1996, aged 83. Cause of death: stroke. Morton Gould. Prolific composer. Morton Gould was an American composer and conductor, known for his wide range of compositions for symphony orchestras, ballets, films, television, and Broadway. He was a distinctly American composer, with one of his most celebrated compositions being the patriotic American Salute, which was in turn based on the Civil War song When Johnny Comes Marching Home. December 10, 1913, February 24, 1996, aged 82. Cause of death, heart attack. Claudette Colbert, actress. It Happened One Night, 1935, Private Worlds, 1936, Since You Went Away, 1945, and The Two Mrs. Grenvilles, 1987. September 13, 1903, 1996, aged 92. Cause of death, stroke. Walter Kerr, actor and theater critic, won a Pulitzer Prize for criticism in 1978 for articles on the theater. In 1990, the former Ritz Theater on West 48th St. in New York was renamed the Walter Kerr Theater in his honor. July 8, 1913, 1996, aged 83. Cause of death, congestive heart failure. René Lacoste, tennis player. René Lacoste was a French tennis player, nicknamed the Crocodile, for the way he dealt with opponents on the court. He is perhaps best known for creating the Lacoste tennis shirt, and for the brand which bears his name and logo today. July 7, 1904, October 12, 1996, aged 92, cause of death, heart failure. Jean Bedel Bokassa. Dictator. Jean Bedel Bokassa was a Central African political leader who served as the military ruler of the Central African Republic and later declared himself Emperor Bokassa I of the Central African Empire. His rule was characterized by widespread human rights abuses and extravagant personal excesses, earning him an infamous reputation in the annals of African dictators. February 22, 1921, November 3, 1996, aged 75. Cause of death, heart attack. Pete Rozelle, NFL Commissioner of the National Football League from January 1960 to November 1989, when he retired from office. He is credited with making the NFL into one of the most successful sports leagues in the world. March 1, 1926, 1996, age 70. Cause of death, brain cancer. Carl Sagan, astronomer and author. Carl Sagan was an American astronomer, cosmologist, author, and science communicator. He is best known for his work as a science popularizer, including his 1980 television series Cosmos, A Personal Voyage, which has been watched by more than 500 million people in over 60 countries. November 9, 1934, December 20, 1996, aged 62. Cause of death, pneumonia after suffering from myelodysplasia. Arthur Rudolph, a German rocket engineer. Arthur Louis Hugo Rudolph, November 9, 1906, January 1, 1996, was a German rocket engineer who was a leader of the effort to develop the V-2 rocket for Nazi Germany. After World War II, the United States Government Office of Strategic Services, OSS, brought him to the U.S. as part of the clandestine Operation Paperclip, where he became one of the main developers of the U.S. space program, November 9, 1906, January 1, 1996, aged 89, cause of death, heart attack. Margot Hemingway, American fashion model and actress Margot Louise Hemingway, born Margot Louise Hemingway, February 16, 1954, July 1, 1996, was an American fashion model and actress. She gained success as a supermodel in the 1970s, appearing on the covers of magazines including Cosmopolitan, Elle, Harper's Bazaar, Vogue, and Time. February 16, 1954, July 1, 1996, age 42, Cause of death: committed suicide.